Hello everyone! In this video, we try to solve another exam paper from AQA. So this one is from summer 2018 and it is foundation level, paper 1 which is non-calculator. Let's get started. First question, work out half times 5. It's quite straightforward, you times 1 and 5, so you get 5 at the top and then you got 2 at the bottom. We have a fraction 5 by 2, but we don't have that such answer. So you need to change it into a mixed number, which is 2.5. So we get this answer. And as usual, I want to explain a little bit more for who wants to know. But if you know it, then you can just skip it. So how did I actually get 5 by 2 into 2.5? So 5 by 2 is actually 5 divided by 2. So 5 divided by 2. We get 2 from here, but 2 times 2 is only 4. So we have remainder. We have one remainder. So we have R1. 2 is the whole number, so you get 2, the whole number here, and then 1 as the remainder. We put the remainder here, and we still have this at the bottom as the denominator. So that's it. Now question number 2. Circle the number that is 5 less than minus 2. If you have a line number, and you have minus 2 here, 5 less than minus 2, that means you need to jump 5 times to the left. So it's minus 2 and then jump 5 times, you will get minus 7. So this is it. Let's go straight to number 3. Simplify this. 3 times a times 3 times a. So we work first with the numbers. 3 times 3, which is 9, and then a times a, that is a square, so it's 9 times a square, but you can always remove this times, so we have 9a square. We got the answer here. Now question 4. Which shape is similar to shape X? This is shape X, so we have A, B, and C, and D. They all look similar, but there is another requirement for similarity in mathematics. So two shapes will be similar if the ratio of the lengths of their corresponding sides are equal. You see, as A, it has very long hand, so it doesn't look similar like this one because it has 1, 2, 3 hands. They look more or less the same length. While B, they look more or less the same length, but I think they're a bit too wide, this arrow. What about this one? This one looks very similar, but it is big. This shape is so much bigger than X. But as you see from the definition, as long as the corresponding sides are equal in the ratio of lengths, that should be okay. So I think C will be the answer. Let's compare with D then. D, it looks quite similar, but the arrow is too sharp if you compare with this. So I think the answer is C. Question 5. Work out this computation. 20% of 14,000. So 20% of 14,000. We times them. This percentage will cancel this 0 and one of these zeros. So we have now only 2 and 1400. 2 times 1400, you just times 2 and 14, you get 28, and then the hundreds will go with them. So it's 2800. So 2800. Question 6. We have 6a and 6b, but I don't think they're related to each other. So we work with the A question first. Write 0.85 as a fraction in its simplest form. Its decimal form. How to make it simple? We'll make it as a fraction, so it's 85 over 100. The reason we have 100 here is because it has two decimal places, so we have 100. Then, to make this fraction simpler, then we have to divide this number and this number with the same number. Let's say I can divide it by 5, so you have 17 here and you have 20 here. Then we get 17 by 20, and This is the simplest form. We can't make this any simpler because 17 is a prime number, so you can't divide it with anything else. So we've got the answer already, 17 by 20. And B question, write 5/8 as a decimal. This is a fraction, so 5 by 8. To make it as decimal, we need to make the denominator as 1,000. 1,000 here. Why is it 1,000? Because if you want to make it a 10, it's not possible because 10 is not multiple number of 8. Or if you want to make it into 100, again 100 is not a multiple number of 8, so it's not possible. But 1,000, it is a multiple of 8. So if you multiply 8 by 125, you get 1,000. That means you multiply 5 with 125 as well. You have to multiply them with the same number, exactly the same number. So you got here 625. So our decimal number is now 0.625. Why is it here? Because we have 3 of zeros on the 1,000, so we have 3 decimal places. You see here we have 3 decimal places. So the answer is 0.625. Let's continue. Question 7. A rectangle carpet measures 8 meter by 6 meter. I think it's this one. Part of the carpet is covered by a square rug of length 2 meters. So it is a square, so it's 2 meters, and 2 meters is here as well. Then show that 1/12 of the carpet is covered by the rug. So we need to show that the area is actually 1/12 of the big area. Let's first calculate the small area. Small area is 2 times 2, which is 4. So it's 4 meters square. This is the first one. And the second one, let's calculate this, the large carpet. It's 8 by 6. So the area will be 8 times 6, which is 48. I hope you're good with timetables because it's very crucial. So 48 meters square. Now let's check what is 4 over 48. So we can divide 4 by 4, which is 1, and 48 is also a multiple number of 4, so divide by 4 we get 12. And then yes, it is 1 over 12. So we have the same ratio as this, so it's done. Question 8. Sam, Carl, and Eric share 40 sweets. Eric gets the largest share. Okay, Eric, you got the largest share. What is the smallest possible number of sweets that Eric could get? Okay, it looks a bit tricky because he should get the largest share, but then he should get the smallest possible number. I think it's a good idea if we start with dividing them equally. So if you have 40 sweets and then you divide for 3 people, you will have 40 divided by 3, so we get 1 here. 1 times 3 is 3. We have 4 here, so we have 1 remainder. 1 remainder for 10, so 10 divided by 3, we got 3. 3 times 3 is 9, so we got 1 more remainder, so 13 remainder 1. We write it here, 13 remainder 1. So let's write it down here. Sam will have 13, Carl will have 13, and Eric will have 13 as well. Now since we have 1 remainder here, so this leftover sweets will go to Eric. It says Eric will get the largest share. So Eric, you get 14. Lucky you. 14. Question 9. The time in Rio is 3 hours behind London. The time in New York is 5 hours behind London. What's the time in New York when it's 1 a.m. in Rio? So we have Rio, 3 hours behind London. Let me write here, Rio, London. And this is a timeline. Let's say London, Rio, and it says 3 hours behind. That means 1, 2, 3. So London to Rio is 3 hours. And then New York is 5 hours behind London. So New York, I'll say New York is here. 5 hours behind London. 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5. 5 hours behind London. Now, what's the time in New York when it is 1 a.m. in Rio, 1 a.m. here, 12 a.m., and here is 11 p.m. Okay, so in New York it's 11 p.m. Question 10. It takes the whole page, but it worth to work on it because it has 2 and 2. You got 4 marks from it. Okay, here is a list of numbers. Okay, work out the median. The median, before you can get the median, I will suggest you to make the order of these numbers. So you get this 1 here, and then after 1 is 2, 2, you got 2, 2, and then we have 3, only 1, 3, and then you got 4, 4 here, only 1, and how many 5? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 6, and the next number is 8. So we have taken all of them. How many numbers we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 datas. 10 datas. So the median will be in the middle. After the fifth data, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the median should be here. So what is it? Between 4 and 5, you know it by heart. It's 4.5. What about the mean then? Mean is average. So the average is the total of these numbers, and then you divide by how many numbers were there. So you will have 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 again plus 6 plus 8, as I just copied these numbers, and then all of them divide by 10. Why is it 10? Because you got 10 datas here. So it seems easy to just add small numbers like this, but since you don't have calculator, you have to keep all the numbers in your mind. I will suggest you to do this. When you add them, it's a good idea to keep only the ones in your mind and put the tens somewhere else. I'll show you how. Okay, 1, 3, and then 5, then 8, then 12. For 12, I'll say 2 in my mind and keep 1 here. So I have 2 in my mind, and then 7, 12. Okay, it's 12, so I have to keep the tens here. So I've got 2 in my mind. I'll keep with small numbers. 2 and 7 and 13. Okay, I should put 1 down here. So I've got 3 in my mind. 3 and 8 is 11. So I have to put it down here. 1. I still have 1 left in my mind. 1 in my mind. And then the tens. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4 tens here. Divide by 10. We got 4.1. And that is the mean of the data. 4.1. Question 11. This is the longest question we have ever seen so far. Well, it worth our work because it gives you 6 marks. Okay, let's see. 300 passengers go on a coach trip. Each coach takes 50 passengers. Each passenger pays £25. The table shows the costs for the coach company. They pay for the driver and the fuel. Each coach traveled 200 miles. Work out the total profit the company makes from this trip. Okay, if you see profit is how much you earn and take away how much you pay. That means all the cost. We don't know how much they earn, we don't know how much they cost. So let's start by the earning first. They earn from the passengers who pay £25 each, and there are 300 passengers. So we get 300 times £25. 25 times 3, it is 75. And we got the hundreds here and pounds. Okay, that's how they earn the money. There's no more sources. That's okay. Then we can go to the cost. The cost, they have to pay for the driver and the fuel as well. So they have to pay two things. One is for the driver and one is for the fuel. How much do they pay for the driver? They pay £90 for each coach, but we know it's not only one coach because they have 300 passengers and each coach just take 50 passengers. That means they have 6 coaches. So they have to pay for the drivers 6 times 90, and we have 54. We have 0 here, so £540. And then for the fuel, it costs 70p per mile, but they have to travel 200 miles, so that means you have to times them. 200 miles times 70p per miles, but then it's only for one coach. Since we have 6, we have to times it with 6 as well. So 6 times 200, it is 1200, and you times it with 70p, so you get 12 times 7. What is it? 12 times 7. Let me count here. 12 times 7. 2 times 7 is 14. I put 1 here, and then 1 times 7 is 7. Add 1, so it's 84. So we get 84, and we have 1, 2, 3 zeros. 1, 2, 3 zeros. It's in p, so we have £840. That's the cost for the fuel. So the total cost will be this 550 and add 840. 540 plus 840. Pounds and pounds. So it will be 0 and 0, it's 0, 4 and 4, it's 8, 5 and 8, it's 13. This is the total cost. Then the profit. Now the profit is the earn, take away the cost. They earn 7,500 here, and the cost is this number, £1,380. So this, take away this. I'll make the computation here. 7,500, 1,380, take away, so it's 0 take away 0, 0 take away 8, not possible. Take from here, it becomes 4. We have 10, 10 take away 8, it's 2, 4 take away 3, it's 1, 7 take away 1, it's 6. So we get the number. This is the profit, £6,120. I know it's quite long, but you have 6 marks if you make it. So good luck. Question 12a. We're back to straightforward questions again. Phew. This number, take away this number, and then add this number. Let's work one by one. We take this and this first. So 16.4 and take away 3.92. This one has 1 decimal place and this one has 2 decimal places. So let's just put 0 here to help us for the computation. Now 0 minus 2 is not possible, so we take from here, so it becomes 3. Then we have 1 goes to the second decimal place, becomes 10. 10 take away 2, so we get 8 here. And then 3 take away 9, not possible, so we have to take from here. It becomes 5 now. We have 13 here. 13 take away 9, it is 4. And then decimal place. Now we go to the next number. It's 5 take away 3, quite straightforward. It's 2, and 1 take away nothing. Nothing means 0, so it's still 1. Now we want to add with 7.8, so 7.8 add, and we need 0 here as usual to help us. Now 8 add 0, it's 8. 4 add 8, it's 12, so we have 2, and keep the tens here. Don't forget with the decimal, so 1 and 2 is 3, 3 and 7, it's 10, 0, 1 here, 1 and 1, it's 2, so 20.28. 12b, another straightforward questions. So we need to work out this divided by this. We have 2843.61 divided by 7. Okay, let's use the bus stop method again. 7. 2 divided by 7. No, it's not possible. You don't have anything. So go to the next digit. You have 28. 28 divided by 7, you got 4. And then go to the next digit. 4 divided by 7. No, it's not possible. So we take the next digit. 43 divided by 7. Yes, you remember 42. Then divide by 7, it's 6. That means you have one remainder. Put one remainder here to get together with 6. Now it's the decimal point here. And then 16 divided by 7, you get 2 for 14. 2 times 7 is 14. So you still have remainder. You get 2 remained here. 2 together with 1, they make 21. 21 divided by 7, it's 3. So we've got the answer, but we don't want to include this 0 at the front. 406.23. Question 13. It's another long question. Okay, it should be fun then. In a game, 2 fair spinners are spawned. This is spinner A, and this is spinner B. If the numbers the arrows land on are different, the score is the higher number. If the numbers the arrows land on are the same, the score is 0. Complete the table to show the possible scores. Okay, we have the rules here. If they're different, the score will be higher number. If it is 1 and 2, the score will be 2. 1 and 2 again, the score will be 2. 1 and 3, get the higher number. 1 and 5, the higher number is 5. So 2 and 2, they're the same, so will be 0. 2 and 3, 2 and 5, it's 5. 4 and 2, 4. 4 and 2, the same. 4 and 3, it's 4. 4 and 5, we take the higher number, it's 5. 6 and 2, 6. 6 is higher than everything else, so it should be 6, 6 and 6. Now write down the probability that the score is an odd number. Okay, let's take the odd number. This is odd number, and this is odd number. This one is odd, this one is odd. 0, 0, they're not odd number because they're even number. It's 5. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 odd numbers. And then we have all the scores. 4 here, 4 here, 4 here, 4 here. So we have all of them. 16. 5 over 16. So that is the probability to have odd numbers on the scores. 5 over 16. The same number is played using spinners C and D. The numbers on C are shown. So I think we are using the same rules here. Now the table shows of the possible scores. 1 and something becomes 4, so it must be 4. From the first rule we know if they're different, then get the higher number. Then now it's 0. 4 makes 0 if it is 4. That's from the second rule. If they're the same, then the score is 0. And now it's another 0. That means it's 7, and this should be 7. And it's 8. This is 7, so it must be the higher number. It should be 8 here. And then we are asked to write the missing numbers on the spinner D. The spinner D, we have 4, 4, 7, and 8. 4, 4, 7, and 8. You might think, why didn't I complete these tables? Because I don't think it's necessary because they don't ask for that. But if you do have time and you do want to play a little bit, you can just continue with adding this. 4, 7, 8, and then this is 0, 7, 8, and it is 6, 6, 7, 8. It's 7 and 4, so it should be 7, 7. That's it, but once again, it's not necessary. But 14, another long question. 2 people working at the same rate will take 6 hours to paint a room. Question A, assuming that they all work at this rate, how long will it take 3 people to paint a room? Okay, so first of all, we need to see how much the workload is. If 2 people work in 6 hours, 2 times 6, it is 12. So this is the workload. Now we have 3 people. to work in how many hours to make the workloads to be done. So you see 3 times x is equal to 12, so x must be 12 divided by 3, and it is 4. That means 4 hours. That's it, 4 hours. Now B. In fact, the third person works at a faster rate. How does this affect the time to paint the room? Of course, if someone is working faster, then the job will be done quicker. I would say they need less time to do the job. Question 15 is algebra question. I like algebra. So we have this equation and this equation. Now show that this term has a greater value than this term. As you can see here, we have a and b, and here a and b. The first step is taking this term into this equation. First equation, we have 3a plus b is equal to 7. Now, how to make 3a into 9a and then b into 3b? We can do that by multiplying the whole equation by 3. So we have 9a, and then b is 1b, that will be 3b, and it is 7, that will be 7 times 3, 21. So now we have 9a plus 3b, which is 21. And then the second equation, this 6x plus 8y is equal to 40. Now how can you make 6x into 3x and then 8y into 4y? That is by dividing the whole equation by 2. 6x divided by 2, it becomes 3x. And then 8y divided by 2, we have 4y. And then 40 divided by 2, we have 20. So now we have 3x plus 4y here with the value of 20. As you can see, this one is 21 and this one is 20, and we know that 21 is greater than 20. So that means 9a plus 3b is greater than 3x plus 4y. Question 16. Circle the point that lies on the line x minus 3 is equal to 0. Do you know where the line is? On the Cartesian coordinates. So if I have the Cartesian coordinate like this is the y-axis and this is the x-axis, then x minus 3 is equal to 0. It's actually the same line with x equal to 3. So x equal to 3 is here. 1, 2, 3. This is the line x equal to 3. So let's see. This point 3, 0 is here. 1, 2, 3 and 0. I think we have found our answer. That's it. But if you're as curious as me, you can follow me checking where the other points are. Start with 0, 3. 0, 3 is here. 0 and then 1, 2, 3. So it should be here. It doesn't lie on the line, so it's not the answer. Minus 3, 0. Minus 3, 0 is here. Somehow 1, 2, 3, minus 3 and 0. So this point again doesn't lie in this line. So this is not the answer. 0 and minus 3. 0 minus 3 is here. 1, 2, 3. So it is minus 3. Again, this point doesn't lie in this line. So this is not our answer. We come from that this is our answer. You know, there is another way to do this problem. As you can see in the line, our line is x equal to 3. So we need to check actually only the x-axis of this point. Here, x is equal to 3. So this must be the answer. While here, x is equal to 0. X is equal to minus 3. So it is not. X is equal to 0. So it is not. This is the only one with x equal to 3. So this must be the answer. In that way, solving this problem is much quicker. But why did I do this with the diagram? Because I thought it might be a good idea to explain to you where the line is, where the points are. So we have really the idea of lines and points on the Cartesian coordinates. 17. A is a negative odd number. So it's negative and it's odd. Circle the words that describe a square. Okay, if you have a negative and odd and you square it, that means the negative will go away because negative times negative will be positive. Negative sign, positive sign. So it will be positive, either this one or this one. Let's cross this answer out. Not this one and not that one. Okay, now it's odd number. If you square an odd number, the result will be odd as well. So it must be odd here and not even. So this is our answer. 18. Circle the ratio which is the same as the scale 1 centimeter represents 1 kilometer. I write it down here. 1 centimeter compared to 1 kilometer. To make the ratio, we need to convert this kilometer into centimeter. So how many centimeter is in 1 kilometer? It is 100,000. So the ratio will be 1 centimeter into 100,000 centimeter, or this is our answer. Another easier way to convert from kilometer to centimeter is by going through meter. So if you have 1 kilometer here, you can convert into meter. It becomes 1,000 meter, and then convert it again 1,000 meter into centimeter. That means you need to multiply by 100. So it's 100,000 centimeter. From kilometer to meter, you times with 1,000, and from meter to centimeter, you times by 100. So altogether, you times by 100,000. Hope that helps. Question 20. Work out this algebra computation. Square root of 121 is 11, and then take away something in the brackets and then square it. So I want to do those work in the bracket first, and then I'll square it later, so the bracket will stay there. Now 13 minus 5 is 8, and then 8 times 2 it's 16. This is all in the bracket, it becomes 16. Now 11 minus 16 square, it is 256. So it's worth it to have the square numbers in your mind actually. Now 11 take away 256, because the second number is bigger, so the result should be minus. Now I need to do the computation. I'll do it here. 256 take away 11. So it's pretty straightforward. 6 take away 1, 5, 5 take away 1, it's 4, and then 2. Minus 245. That's the answer, minus 245. 21. Part A. Reflect the triangle in the line x is equal to 2. First of all, we need to make the line x is equal to 2. X is equal to 2 is here. Okay, this is the line. Now, we need to reflect this triangle. So let's see all the corners here, the 3 corners. The distance to the mirror, I'll say this line as a mirror. The distance is 1, so we need 1 here. We got the reflection. And then for this point, again, the distance is 1 to the mirror, so we get another 1 distance from the mirror. We have the second point here. While this one, you see 1, 2, 3, the distance is 3 to the mirror, so we get 1, 2, 3 from the mirror, 3 steps away. So this is our reflected triangle. And the next one is rotate the kite 90 degrees anti-clockwise about 0, 0. So we are rotating this kite about 0, 0, which is here. Anti-clockwise, that means we go to that direction. So if the distance from the center to this point is 1, so after moving it around the circle, this will be 1 distance as well. So this is the reflection of these points. Now let's take the other points, this one, with distance 1, 2, 3, 4. So it will go to that direction anti-clockwise into somewhere with the same distance as this one. It's 4, so it should be 4 distance from here, from the center. 1, 2, 3, 4 should be here. So this will be the reflection of this red dot. I've got a purple color now for this dot. This also goes into anti-clockwise direction for 90 degrees with respect to this. So we go that way into this point here. That's for the purple one. Now I've got the green color for this point. The green corner will also go anti-clockwise for 90 degrees. So we'll stop here. So we've got our reflected kite here. Question 22. Anna plays a computer game. Each game is a win or a loss. She wins 3/4 of her first game, 24 games. She then wins her next 12 games. For all 36 games, work out the ratio wins and losses. Give your answer in its simplest form. Let's see first how many times she wins. For the first 24 games, she wins 3/4 of them. 3 by 4 times 24. You know what is it? Divide by 4, we get 1. Divide by 4, we get 6. 3 times 6, it is 18. So she wins 18, and then she wins again 12 games. 18 plus 12, so she wins 13. And now how many games she has lost? She played for 36 games. 36, take away the number of she has won, which is 30, so it is 6. 6 losses and 30 wins. Now the question is the ratio between the wins and the losses. That is 30 by 6, and we can simplify them because you have to make it the simplest form. So divide by 6 each number, you get 5 here, you get 1 here, so it is 5 by 1. Question 23. A solid shape is made from centimeter cubes. Here are the plan, side elevation and front elevation. So this is a plan, it looks like a wall from above, and this is the side elevation, and then this is the front elevation. And then centimeter cubes are added to make this cuboid. This is the cuboid. 3 centimeters, 4 centimeters, and 4 centimeters. How many cubes are added? So let's see the original shape first. From above, it looks like a wall. It's an L-shaped wall. From the side, it looks like this. So it has 1, 2, 3, 4. So this must be the side because it has 1, 2, 3, 4 cubes. Now, this is the front. If you look at the wall from the front, it looks like it has 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 cubes. So 1, 2, 3 cubes. So this must be the front. Now we will see how many cubes does this shape have. Start from the side. So the side is this one. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So from the side you can see 11 cubes. And what about from the front? From the front you can see 1, 2, 3 times 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 times 4, so you have 12 cubes. That means here you have 11 cubes, and in this row we have 12 cubes. So the original shape has 11 plus 12 cubes, but be careful with this because you have seen this from side and you have seen this from the front. So that means you have seen this block twice. That is this block from the side, or from the front you see this block, because they're the same cubes, so you can't count them twice. So we have to take away 4. That means the original shape has 11 plus 12, it's 23, and then take away 4, so it's 19. 19 cubes in the original shape, and then You want to make it into this shape. Let's see how much is the volume of this cuboid. It is 3 times 4 times 4, which is 12, and then 12 times 4, it is 48. So to make a cuboid with 48 cubes from this shape with 19 cubes, you need to add more. And how many is that? 48 take away 19, which is 8 take away 9. It's 18 take away 9, so it's 9, and then it becomes 3 take away 1. It's 29. So you will need to add 29 cubes into the original shape to make this cuboid. Question 24. Divide 405 in the ratio of 4 and 11. We're going to divide this number into 4 parts and 11 parts. So in total we will need 4 and 11. It's 15 parts. Okay, let's do the first one. 4 out of 15 times 405, which is, we need to divide them. We need to simplify them. Let's divide by 5 first. We have 3 here, and what is it? 405 divided by 5. Okay, 4 divided by 5, we have nothing. 40 divided by 5, it's 8, and then 5 divided by 5, we have 81. So it is 81. Can we make it even simpler? Because we can divide 3 by 3, it is 1, and divide 81 by 3, which is 27. At the end, we have only 4 times 27, which is 27 times 4. 7 times 4, it's 28. We have 2 here. 2 times 4, it's 8. Add 2, so 108. That's the first part. And then the second part. Either you want to calculate this part, 11 by 15 times 405, or actually you can just take away 405, take away the first part. So it must be easier. Just 405, take away 108. 5 take away 8, it's not possible, so we take from here, but it's nothing. We take from here, it becomes 3. We get a 1 here, becomes 10, but then we need to take the 10, so it becomes 9. Okay, we have 1 here. 15 take away 8, it's 7, and then we have 9, take away 0, it's nothing, so 9. 3 take away 1, it is 2. It must be 297. So the first part will be 108, the second part is 297. 25. The height of Zach is 1.86 meters. The height of Fred is 1.6 meters. Write the height of Zach as a fraction of the height of Fred. Give your answer in the simplest form. We are comparing this and this number. 1.86 compared to 1.6. This one is 2 decimal places, and this one is only 1 decimal places. So I want to make it into 2 decimal places as well by adding 0 here. And it doesn't change the value of this number, so it's fine. Now, how to make it into a simpler form? I would like to divide them into 2. First, 1.86. So it will be 0.93, and then the second one, 1.60, it will be 0.80. So if we remove the decimal places on these two numbers, so this one becomes 93 and this one becomes 80. I think that should be the simplest form, because for 93 and 80 we can't find any number that is the factor of these two. So this must be the simplest one. 93 over 80. That's it. Question 26. This point A, 0, 2, it's here, and B, 6, 5, it's here, are points on the straight line ABCD. Okay, this is a straight line, and then we know AB is equal to BC and equal to CD. That means this segments is equal to this segments and equal to this segments, so they have the same lengths. Work out the coordinates of D. What is D now? Okay, let's take the coordinates of each of them. B has 6, 5, that means it is 6 here, and A has 0 here. From 0 to 6 to the x-coordinate of C should be the same distance. 0 to 6 is 6, and then from 6 it must be 12. From 12, with the same distance, we have to make it 18. So it should be 18. And then the same trick for the y-axis, because it's 5 and it is 2, so the distance between 2 and 5 is 3. So C should be 3 steps from 5, it should be 8. And then for D, it should be 3 steps from 8, it is 11. So D must be 18, 11. 18, 11. We write it down here. 18, 11. Question 27. A coin is thrown 50 times. It lands on head 31 times. Write down the relative frequency it lands on heads. So it lands on heads for 31 times over 50 times being thrown. So this will be the relative frequency of it. And then the second question, Raj says the coin is biased towards heads. Use the data to give a reason why he might be correct. If we see the data here, after 50 times of throwing this coin, we will expect actually one side will have half of the possibilities, which is 25 and 25, because it's 15 times. So we would expect 25 for the head and 25 for the tail. But in fact, because it has 31, which is far too many from 25, then we can say the coin is biased towards heads. If it is, for example, 26, maybe 27, that's quite okay. But it's 31, so it's far too many. So in the written answer, I would say the relative frequency is too much more than expected, which is 0.5. Question 28, it's quite straightforward algebraic equation. So we need to solve this equation. 5 times x plus 3, don't forget with the brackets. So if we open the bracket, 5 and x will make 5x, and then 5 times 3 will make 15, and we have this less than sign and 60. So now let's move 15 into the right hand side, and we leave 5x alone here. 16 minus 15. Don't forget with the minus sign because it's plus here. So 5x less than 16 minus 15, it is 45. Now we want to leave x alone, so 45 divided by 5, which is 9. X less than 9. X is less than 9. So this is a solution for this equation. Question 29. The range of a set of numbers is 15 and a quarter. The smallest number is minus 2, 7 eighths. Work out the largest number. The largest number and the smallest number. If the smallest number is here, minus 2, 7 by 8, and then this is the difference. They call it the range. The range is 15 and a quarter. So we need to find the largest number. Let's call it x for now. Because 15 and a quarter is the difference, so we see x minus this number will be equal to the difference. Let's write it down in algebraic equation. X minus 2, 7 eighths is equal to 15 and a quarter. You see minus and minus, if we open the bracket, they will be plus. X plus 2 2/7 is equal to 15 1/4. So x is equal to 15 1/4 minus 2/7. Why is it minus? Because it's positive and we move it to the right hand side, it becomes minus. Now we need to solve this. This number, take away this number. This one is mixed fraction and this one is also mixed fraction. The easiest way to solve this problem is by converting these mixed fractions into useful fraction. So let's make a useful fraction for this one. For 15 1/4, it is 4 times 15, which is 60, and add 1, so 61/4. While this one, 2/7 is 8 times 2 is 16, and then add 7. 16 add 7 is 23, so 23/8. So this will be 61/4, take away 23/8. Now you can only solve this problem if you have the similar number at the bottom for the denominator. Now let's continue here. So x will be something minus something. This fraction and this fraction. I would suggest you to use 8 as the denominator. So 8 here and 8 here. You get 8 from 4 by times it with 2. 4 times 2 you get 8. So 61 times 2 you have 122. And then 8 here and 8 here, it doesn't change at all. So 23 stays as 23, doesn't change anything. Now, because we have the same denominator, so we can use 8 at the bottom for the result. And 122 take away 23, it's 99. So that is the answer, but if you want to make it into mixed number, that would be good. So 99 divided by 8. Let's do it here. 99 divided by 8. So 9 divided by 8, we got 1. 1 times 8 is 8, so we have 1 remainder. 1 remainder goes here, so it's 19 divided by 8, you got 2. And then 2 times 8 is 16, so actually you have remainder. And you get 3 remained here, so remain 3. So our mixed fraction is 12, remainder 3/8. That is our answer. 12, 3/8. This is the largest number here. Question 30. We're towards the end of the paper. Y is inversely proportional to x. Complete the table. What does it mean by inversely proportional? That is, if y is going up, then x is going down proportionally, or the other way around. If y is going down, and then x is going up proportionally. So let's see. X goes from 12 to 6, that means it's going down. We halve it, divide by 2, so we need to divide it by 2 again. We halve it, 6 becomes 3. The other way around for y, it is 8, 4, this must be something small. So if you see, from 4 to 8, it's times 2, that means we double it. We double something, becomes 4, so it must be 2 now. Question 31. A large rectangle is made by joining 3 identical small rectangles as shown. So this is 1, 2, 3 rectangles. And then the perimeter of one small rectangle is 15. So small rectangle is this and this. Yeah, this is 15. Work out the perimeter of the large rectangle. Okay, as you can see, they fit really nicely. So if I say the width of the small rectangle is x, and this is also x, so this is x, and this is x. That means the length of this rectangle will be 2x. It is 2x, it is also 2x, and this is also 2x. Now work out the perimeter of the large rectangle. We will use this information, which is from the small rectangle, to find out the value of x. So the perimeter is 15. This x plus 2x plus x and plus 2x again. So x plus 2x plus x plus 2x again. It is 15. Look at this. Look at how many x's we have. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. So we have altogether 6. 6x is equal to 15. So x is 15 divided by 6, which is, let's simplify this fraction. Divide by 3, it is 2. Divide by 3, it is 5. So it's 5 over 2. Now, we have the x. For the big rectangle, the perimeter will be this. 2x plus x plus 2x plus x plus 2x plus x and then plus x again. Let's write it down here. 2x plus x plus 2x plus x plus 2x plus x and plus x again. We've got 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and 1. How many is it? 2 and 1 is 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we got 10x. That means 10 times x is 5 by 2. So we know it is, if you divide this 2 by 2, it's 1. Divide this 10 by 2, you get 5. So 5 times 5. Now you have 25. That will be the perimeter of the large rectangle, 25 centimeter. 32. Last question. Put these numbers in order from smallest to largest. From the smallest to the largest. So we see this one and this one and this one. These three are in the same type of numbers, and this one is not the same type. So I would suggest you to convert this one to the similar form as the other ones. So it is 7 times 10 in the power of minus 2. Now let's find the smallest one. This one has the power of minus 4, and this one is the power of minus 2, so this one is smaller. But if we compare with this one, it has the power of minus 4 as well, while the whole number of this is 8 and this is 6, so 6 is smaller. So we start with 6 times 10 in the power of minus 4, and then we continue with this one, 8 times 10 in the power of minus 4. Then we continue with this one and this one, they have the same power, minus 2 and minus 2. So let's start with smaller whole number. So it's 4 times 10 in the power of minus 2, and then this will be the last one, but we take this number instead of this our number, so it's 0.07. So that's it, the end of the questions. I hope you good luck with your exam and enjoy your practice as well. Bye for now.